brothers and sisters, put your hands together for Apocalypse.
Peace. Here we go. Another day from the depths of Apocalypse, Dogs of God's Entertainment, with a quick word of reflection, a quick word of inspiration, a quick word of celebration, and a quick word to say that we're heading towards the Swan Song, that message from Allah through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And so our word today, with the help of Allah, on February 27th, 2022, Saviours Day 2022, you can go right to noi.org/SD2022 to tune in 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday, February 27th. All right, I will say that so that it can sink in. Tune in. This is for the whole world to tune in to the Swan Song, and those of us who have been touched by, whose life has been affected by the works of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and his perfect example of making the Great Commission of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad known, and his perfect example of calling us out of the wilderness to participate in the process of resurrection, in the process of that jihad, that's war against the lower self, to help raise us up to a living perpendicular 90 degrees, standing upright on the square, moving forward and moving towards our life's purpose. I want to say that in anticipation to the Swan Song, let us pick up where we left off yesterday. Let us reflect on the works of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We mentioned many things yesterday: to stop the killing, the All Men's Meetings, the Million Man March, the Million Family March, the Million Small Movement, the World Friendship Tour. We want to also mention Closing the Gap, where Minister Jabril prepared questions for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to answer without him knowing the answers or knowing the questions, so that he can pull from the Spirit of Allah to answer these questions. And from my own personal vantage point, this is beyond hadith, because we're in the fulfillment of time. So these are answers from the man of God, from the Messiah in our midst, to questions that we all can feed from in the fulfillment of time, in a time where one world's going out, another world's coming in, Satan's world is being destroyed, Allah's world is being established. So let us reflect on closing the gap, because there's a big gap between us and him. And if we study him properly, then we can close that gap so that we can get on our track to move into our purpose in life, to fulfill life, to serve Allah, to serve humanity. And so in anticipation to the Swan Song, not only that, then we also have the Time and What Must Be Done lecture series, where our Minister Louis Farrakhan consistently came out weekly to share with us the time and what must be done. By the time surely man is at loss, except for those believe do good, and exalt one another truth, exalt one another to patience, right? So let us reflect on a man who, when he announced in the first Saviours Day in 1981, when he announced the fact that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is physically alive, and then he started talking about what you were going to witness, what you were going to see as a result of his acknowledgement of that fact. Then we see motion, and we see all these things that I've mentioned in terms of events, and now we're moving in towards, we're at the fulfillment, we're at the end, we're at that point. And then let's not forget the criterion, you know what I mean? The criterion which is loaded with a full and complete knowledge and understanding of what this is that we're about and what this is that we're establishing. So now we move, and we know, those of us who've been paying attention, when Allah moves the minister to come out, we know that it's representative of that red and that blue star that appears every 50,000 years. It represents the universal change. So we know that his coming out with the Swan Song is a part of that universal change. So let's, in anticipation, let's look at it. Let's look at him. Let's look in the mirror of truth, where his life and example is concerned, so that we can line our minds up with his mind, so they become one mind. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is just another Happy Saviors Day talk real quick. So that's it. We're done. In anticipation of the swan song, in anticipation of us all on our lean camels and on our path to Chicago for this great celebration. So that's our word today from the death of Apocalypse. It's just about reflection. A Savior's Day story. All right? Enjoy your day. Hey, before I do that, say 7350 South Stony Island Avenue, foodie spot. Come on through today. And with the help of Allah, we're preparing ourselves to be able to serve all who will come this way. Enjoy your day.